Here's the £1,000,000 question. What makes a good song, but also a good artist? So that's 2 questions.
I mean, you're asking the wrong person. But, I think, I don't know. In my opinion, I guess what separates like the good stuff from the really great stuff is attention to detail and a commitment to that detail. I think for me, artists like when you look at sort of like Bruce Springsteen and him, spending a year in the studio working on Born to Run, or like doing 30 redrafts of Thunder Road and things like that, or Leonard Cohen, sort of banging his head off hotel floors for 9 months writing Hallelujah and things like that. I feel that there's a level of detail that is understandably missing in modern music now, because the time that these artists took to work on these things was absolutely ludicrous. You'd never be allowed that sort of indulgence now. You just wouldn't be. But I feel that there is a degree of I don't know, like I say, attention to detail and a commitment really that is a little bit missing now. I feel like there's a lot of shortcuts taken sometimes in songwriting, and a lot of easy ways out, a lot of co-writes with like 12 writers on the track and things, and which is fine, don't get me wrong, I mean, that's all good and everything, but I think the truly great artists are the ones that really dig into what they're doing and commit to it. And I think there's a sort of maybe a fallacy that songwriting should be this beautiful sort of process that's very natural, it just flows out of the writer, and 80% of it is just graft. It really is just putting the time in and thinking about what you're doing and really considering what you're trying to say. And it's like writing a novel or doing any kind of degree of art. Like I can't remember what the exact balance of inspiration to perspiration is, but it is, and I feel like the guys that really put in the hard hours are the ones that come up with the best stuff usually. But yeah, so I guess I would say that sort of raw talent doesn't really impress me that much.
You want to see the receipts of the work.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see some hours. That's what I want.
So are there any, you said like raw talent on its own, needs to be honed. So are there any, on the flip side, are there any specific things you think good songwriters, people who can tell a story or make people feel something through music, are there any sort of resounding things that you think there are to those people?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's the really beautiful moments tend to be very small things. And again, I went through a phase, and still do occasionally now, when I'm very angry at big things, big sort of continental, global issues. It's very easy to kind of rant about that stuff. But actually, I find that the things that really connect with people are the very small moments and the very sort of, there's very sort of shared experiences that can just be like the tiniest movements of hands, or the littlest looks, or locations, or just silly things like that. Did you watch Normal People?
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't watched it. It's on my list though.
Right. I've seen clips. Everything
about
it. Because it's the subtlety of a lot of those situations and things. That's what I really loved about it. And particularly with relationships and things. There's a trend now for these very big statements in songwriting, which I totally understand. These very sort of like, oh, you broke my heart, no, it's over, no, I love you so much. Actually, for me, the things that really move me are just those little moments within relationships, right? With relationships, that are so hard to kind of transcribe, but yeah, everybody kind of relates to them as well, So, yeah, I would say again, just detail and little moments, and really trying to find those shared experiences, I guess.